Okay. Now can you hear me? Let me know, okay? Because okay, so you didn't listen what I have just told. I have changed my internet connection actually, but still now, I mean, I'm just facing the internet problem. I mean, kind of shit over here at midnight. So I don't know you guys can watch it clearly or not. So let me just know is is everything okay or not? Okay, we can hear. No, we cannot hear you. Okay, brother. Now you can hear me now. Okay, so I think you can hear me now. Okay, 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 okay. Thank you. So I will go to this session. I mean, as soon as possible, I'll just close this one. Okay, I'm just gonna I'll keep both of them. So when I have marked this week, I told you that this whole week is the water block. Okay, now this is the consequent encroachment. I don't remember I told you or not, but so far I should have told you. Okay, no, see you that nada. Daniel, what does it mean, brother? When nada? I don't understand what's that. Okay, so what I was talking about, this is the consequent encroachment, okay, of this week, of this candles week. This is water block as well. But always remember, whenever you will mark the consequent encroachment of the week is kind of fair value gap. Uh, though I have marked it as a water block, but I see week as a fair value gap. So consequent encroachment of a week is like a fair value gap consequent encroachment. Okay. Now I'll go to 5 minute chart and I'll show you why I think like that way. Okay. Look over here. There is a fair value gap. See, this is the fair value gap, and this week actually stayed in this fair value gap. That's why every time you will mark a week consequent encroachment, you have to understand that that is actually a fair value gap consequent encroachment. Okay. So I'm not gonna. I mean, uh, I'm not going to do this because as I have asked you the question, I will answer the way it was over there. I will give you the answer in that way. Okay. I'm not fix it. I'm just keeping it like that way. So I'm going to the 1 minute chat now. First of all, I would like to talk about this entry. Why? I'm just telling you. Then I will go over here. Okay. You guys can hear me, right? This is the starting of the PM session. Okay. Before the PM session, I tweeted you this setup. I mean, this. Just let me mark it. It's gonna a little time, but I'm really sorry. I have to show it to you. Okay. So that was my sell side taken. I mean, sorry, buy side taken. Then market structure shift. I had a very nice fair value gap over there. What what were we waiting for over here? If you have watched my video, I told you we won't take our entry before 1 p.m. Okay. So this candle is actually the PM session's first candle, and you can see before the PM session we were already out, I mean above this fair value gap, so this entry wasn't valid. If any of you take this entry, you did the wrong thing. I always tell you, don't take entry before 9:30, don't take entry before 1. Now I hope this is clear to you. If you just wait for the session, you can easily avoid so many losing trade. Okay, so that was the thing I wanted to tell you. I hope it is clear. Now I will just I mean I'll keep this one. Why I put it over here, I don't remember. Okay, I remember. Okay, so when I have seen market was actually going above, I was marking every time it was taking the sell side. I mean, when it was over here, I marked it as my sell side taken. When it was here, I marked it as my sell side taken. And finally, when it went here, I marked it as my, I mean, not sell side, buy side taken. Okay, I'm sorry. I have some confusion. I mean, problem about sell side and buy side. Sometimes I tell this one buy side and I tell this one sell side. So you guys, I hope you will understand. Okay, this is the buy side. All of you know this is the buy side. So it has whenever it is going higher, it was going higher. I was just marking my buy side. From the morning session, all of you know I was waiting for, I mean, for some kind of lower run. All of this place, I was waiting for lower run. Now, think about this. This is the fair value gap. I have already explained why this is fair value gap, why this is not order block. This is order block, but this the consequent encroachment is the week, the consequent encroachment of the week. And whenever you will mark any kind of weak consequent encroachment, you have to find it like this is the fair value gap. I mean the consequent encroachment of the fair value gap. Every week, this is fair value gap. Every week is fair value gap, and the consequent encroachment is the fair value gap consequent encroachment. I hope it is clear. Okay. So when I have seen price actually went to the consequent encroachment and it actually rejected from consequent encroachment, price then tap to the lower part of the fair value gap, but I didn't give you any screenshot, nothing. I didn't take my entry over there. Why? It wasn't even the noon. I mean it was near about like 11. Look over here. Okay, it was at 11:15, so that is valid. It was inside the morning session. I could take my entry over there, but I didn't take it. Why? If you didn't bring your notebook for rules, I mean for note down your rules, please bring your notebook right now. I am not going to tell this again anymore. Never ever I will tell this again. Okay? Whenever you will take entry depending on the, I mean depending on the fair value gap, okay? I mean the rejection from the consequent encroachment, then when it will tap to the lower part, you will take your entry. You have to first mark some equal lows. If you would like to take buy, you have to mark some equal highs. This is the first rule. I mean, whenever you will take your entry, trade entry, first rule is you have to mark the equal lows, or if you would like to take buy entry, you have to mark the equal highs. If you don't see this type of equal lows, you can't take entry, you can't take short. Look over here. If you take the short over here, where is your equal lows? There is no equal lows over here. Okay, I will just remove. I look over here from here. Okay, here. See, where is your equal lows? You have a low. I mean, mm, just okay. You have a low over here, but this is just a low. There is no equal low. Look over here. You have this low, this low, this low. They are all relatively equal low. This is your sell side. Guys, if you don't write it down, I will never ever tell this again. And I'm really happy because today you guys just gave me the answer. I need the answer. You are here to learn, okay? You won't give me the right answer. I know that. But whenever I ask you something, if you give me the wrong answer, I get more happy because you are interested to learn. That is the reason I asked you the questions, and if you give me the answer, I get happy. I mean, I'm happy. Okay? So first thing first, where is your sell side liquidity? Here is your sell side liquidity. That's why I didn't take any entry over here. No entry over here. Okay. Yeah, I did some kind of a macro entry over there. I mean, I took a loss over here at the macro session in S&P. I mean, sorry, in Nasdaq just before the macro actually. Then I went back to the S&P and I took the macro entry over there. I uploaded that in Twitter. I think you have watched that. So whatever over here that was related with macro. So I'm not talking about this. I would like to talk about this fair value gap. Okay. When I have seen it has been rejected from here. When it tapped to the lower part, I didn't take my entry because I didn't have any kind of sell side liquidity here. Nowhere. There is no relative equal loss. See? So you have to first mark some kind of relative equal loss. That means draw on liquidity. This is the first rule of any kind of entry. I mean, if you go for the 22 YT model, if you go for the turtle soup, bread and butter, I mean the fair value gap entry, anything, I don't care. But you have to mark this relative equal low or relative equal high. If there is no relative equal low, no entry. No relative equal high, no entry. So I didn't take my entry over here, and when price came here, I take my entry over there. Now you understand why this is the first, I mean the third question answer. Why I take entry over here, not before. This was the reason. When price came here, it has made this equal lows. So that made me confident that market will go lower. That's why I get confidence over here. So this is the answer of the third question. Can you guys listen to me? Just write it down that you can listen to me. Okay. I'm just continuing, but in the meantime, please write it. I mean, write down that you can listen. So that was the third question, and the first question was why I take entry over here. What was the reason? Now let's go to the first question, and all of you knows that there is no relation between high 1 hour time frame, liquidity taken, nothing. There was no any other rules except you have to see some kind of rejection from the consequent encroachment. Then I mean nobody can close above the consequent encroachment. Okay. Thank you, brother. So nobody can close above the consequent encroachment. Now you can tell me, brother, there is two body which has closed above the consequent encroachment. I told you, if you see one body closed above the consequent encroachment and the very next candle came back lower to the consequent encroachment and closed over there, this is the fake breakout. I don't remember who told me this fake word, but I really fall in love with that word. So that is the fake breakout. Okay, I mean it is not true. It's showing you that I would like to go higher, but it is actually fake. So I really love that word. So whenever price came here and it has been rejected from the consequent encroachment, I don't care about week. We can come here. It can come here, but nobody can close above the consequent encroachment. Every time you will see a body, it has to close like this. Okay, like this. It has to close like that way. We can go higher. I don't care, but body has to close over there. Your body can come here and we can just trade over there. That is also the rejection from the consequent encroachment. What happened over here? Bodies was here, but we went to the consequent encroachment. So that is the rejection from the consequent encroachment. I'm happy to see that. Okay, I didn't take my entry over there, but I took my entry when it has tapped to the lower part, because I believe this was the rejection and this is the retest. In the meantime, price has made this equal lows. The first question. Okay, if you have any confusion, just ask me. I am doing this live so that you guys can ask me the question at, I mean, in live. I will try to upload a video, but this is not a promise because I don't know I will get time tomorrow or not. So I will try to upload this video as well with some extra information. I mean, no extra information, but this is the whole thing. Okay. So if you have any question, you can ask me. Now, my last question. The last question was, when I took my entry over here, I put my stop loss to this level. Why I took it over here? I mean, why I put it over here? Then I will go for the, I mean, target. Okay, profit target. Now, if you have remembered, I told you, if you see this kind of price action, I mean, you have a high here, you have a high over here, and this is the highest high. I told you to put your stop loss above the highest high. Why? Because price can easily go above these highs. I mean, just think there is one high, or if you see two high or three high, five high, I don't care. I will put my highest stop loss above the highest high. If this high is somewhere here, okay, somewhere, I mean, outside of this box, then I will put my stop loss, I mean, above the 50% of this area. I mean, consequent encroachment and this fair value gap. I will just see the 50% and I will put my stop loss somewhere here. If there is no this high, okay, like some kind of highest high. This is the rejection from the consequent encroachment. So this high is not important. Price can go above these highs and take the buy side liquidity. But this is the high, which is actually the highest high. If you see this type of highest high, then you will put your stop loss above that highest high. You can put little bit above, I mean 1 or 2 tick above. It's up to you. Okay, if you are little bit conservative, then you can do that. I mean, price can go above to this high and can make the equal high. So please don't just put at the I mean at the top of this high. So give some one or two tick, okay, just give one or two tick to the price. That is the reason for putting my stop loss over there. Is it clear or not? If you have any type of question, let me know, okay. Now is the target. First, if you see, I put my target over here, then I mark this gap. Why I have marked this gap? Because this is the last gap, okay. Now you can tell me, brother, there is another gap over here, why didn't you mark that gap? I didn't mark that gap because this gap was just below the sell side. You see, this gap was just below the sell side. I mean, after market structure shift, this is above the sell side. That's why this should be important rather than this bevel gap. So it is little bit difficult, I mean confusing at this time, because I'm talking about this first time. That's why this high, I mean this bevel gap is important for me rather than this bevel gap. This run was actually some kind of this type of run, fake run. It went lower to take the sell side liquidity. I mean all over this place, it went lower to take the sell side liquidity, and then went back and gave me the market structure shift. So this is the high where price could hold. I mean, if you remember the morning session, and where was it? I forgot it. So somewhere here, okay. If you remember, oh, okay, here. If you have remembered this fair value gap, price actually this fair value gap has hold the price and send it back to the pavilion. This fair value gap can do the same thing, okay. That's why I put my target over there, and then I took a partial over there, and I put my stop loss to the break even. Why I have put my, I mean, I take my partial over there, it's because I don't have any liquidity, I mean swing low over here. But this fair value gap is just consequent, it is situated in the consequent encroachment of this 15-minute fair value gap, okay. This is kind of money management. I don't think so it is important for you guys. I mean, if you think it is important, you can, I mean, take some notes or something, but this is kind of money management, okay. So I actually took my partial to this fair value gap because it was situated in the consequent encroachment of this 15-minute fair value gap. So I price can just come to the consequent encroachment and then it could be rejected. So I just make sure that I have some profit over here. I took some partial when it tapped to the upper level of this fair value gap. I just took some partial and then I let price go, and all of you see actually price went where? It went through all of this area, and finally it traded this fair value gap, and I marked it before. If you have remembered, I mean, I marked it because this was the last fair value gap to this leg. I mean, it hold the price and send it back to the pavilion. So that was the overall thing to this area, and now I would like to show you today's price action. Okay, I will go to the daily chart first. Just let me, just a second. Okay, it is very destructive. So what did I tell you when today has, I mean today's session has started? I told you how Monday works, okay? Just let me clean this one. I marked this candle, this yesterday's candle, and I told you that today price will be range bound. How do I know that it will be range bound? I told you in my video that Monday is kind of accumulation day. Okay, so it will go higher, it will go lower, it will trade over here. It won't go out of this range. It can take buy side or sell side. It can do that. I'm not telling that it won't do that. It can do that, but most of the time you will see that it is kind of range bound. Okay, so let's go to the 15-minute chart first. My net. Okay, so from here is the Monday price action. Look at the price action. What it has done, it went lower, it has made some kind of liquidity over here, it went higher, it has traded this area, now it is consolidate. Maybe at the last hour it will do something, but this is the range. I mean the daily range. Price will be inside this range, it won't go outside. And Is it clear, guys? I don't know you are getting my point or not, because nobody is actually giving me the, I mean, reply, and it is very hard if you don't give me the reply to understand you are getting it or not. Okay. So this is the actually price action so far, and that was the reason for taking that entry, and that was the three answer. If you, when I asked you guys something, I have seen that you guys was telling me something irrelevant with this fair value gap entry. Okay, I didn't make it, I mean, complicated. It is very clear. First, you have to mark some kind of liquidity, then you will see, I mean, the rejection from the consequent encroachment. I think you guys get confused because you thought this is the order block, that's why. But remember, whenever I make anybody, if ICT marks some kind of consequent encroachment of the week, remember that is the consequent encroachment of the fair value gap. Okay, week is a fair value gap. So I told this before, when I mark some kind of weak consequent encroachment, I told you that this is the fair value gap. Okay, so that is the thing, guys, for taking that entry, and I think it's clear. Okay, so where you from, bro? Aki. Aki, I'm from Bangladesh, brother. I try to understand so much information, man, not so much information, like, think. This is the fair value gap. Okay, think first. This is the fair, this is very very simple. I'm just going one by one. This is fair value gap. This is the consequent encroachment. Price first went above the consequent encroachment. This is the fake breakout. Okay, price go back to the consequent encroachment, rejected from there. What I wanted to see over here, no body can close above the consequent encroachment, and weak or body has to be rejected from the consequent encroachment. This is the first thing. Okay, I got this. It rejected the price go outside of this fair value gap. Now, the what is the second rule? Second rule is you will look for relative equal lows. For what? I mean, let me just remove this one. So, not from here. I'm sorry. Okay, from here. So, price has been rejected from the consequent encroachment. Now, what is the second rule? You have to mark some kind of equal lows. Do you see any kind of equal lows? This low has taken by that low. This low is too far, I mean, too far from this low. You can't make it as your equal lows. Okay, if you mark it from here, this is way above this low, so this is not equal low. If when price actually went to the lower part, will you take your entry? No, you won't take your entry. Why? Because you don't have the liquidity now, and you are waiting for the sell side from the morning. Okay, now I'll just remove this one because it's done over here. Now, second thing, when price started to go higher, where it was going to the lower part of the fair value gap. Don't think it will go to the consequent encroachment. Don't think like that way. It will go to the lower part. You have to think like that way. When it was going to this area, I will use my reply mode again. I'm just repeating this. If you guys are bored, you can leave. Okay, I'm just gonna close the session so fast, but I'm just trying to give you the easy rules. When price is going above over here, I saw this low and this low. They are relatively equal low. Now look at the price. This low and this low very equal. If I marked this, do you think this low and this low relatively equal low? I don't think so. This is relatively equal low, but this is relatively equal low. If you just mark the zone from here to here, I just let me. This is the zone, and retail traders see this as a zone. Whenever price came here, it went higher. See, price came here, went higher, came here, went higher. Just this is the relatively equal though, in my opinion. So this is up to you. How do you mark your drawn liquidity? I'm giving you the best and the simple way to mark your drawn liquidity. Okay. If it is hard, then it will be harder for me to to give you some information, guys. So when price is here, I'm thinking. Price has been rejected from the consequent encroachment. it has made this relatively equal lows. What should it do? It should be rejected from the lower part of the fair value gap. Price went higher. There you are already in the market. Where will be your stop loss? Your stop loss will be to the highest high. This is the highest high. Your stop loss has to be above the highest high, okay? Because price can go above these highs and take the buy side liquidity. It can happen. This is also, you can see, this is also relatively equal highs. I mean a zone. So you will put your stop loss over there, and you won't go for this. I mean this highest. I mean what can I say? Highest target. You won't go for that. Where will you go? You will look for some kind of liquidity here. I mean in this area, or if you see a very nice leg, you will find a fair value gap, which is the last fair value gap or lowest fair value gap that can be hold the price, that can hold the price. Okay, you will target to the top of that fair value gap. In the meantime, this is my thinking. I always try to take some kind of partial, because I always pyramid my entry. Most of the time I pyramid my entry in my live account, in paper account, everywhere I try to pyramid my entry. Okay, actually that is my bad habit, and please don't try to pyramid your entry right now. Later you will understand more. I mean everything, when is the best time to pyramiding entry. Okay, so that is the thing. You are in the market. If you, when I saw that market went to the consequent encroachment, I got much more confident that market is going to reject from there, when I have seen that two candle that has closed just below the at the level of the consequent encroachment. So this is the thing. I think it is not hard. Okay, it is very easy. Some simple rules. So next time if I asked you what is the first rule of the fair value gap entry, you have to tell me that liquidity. If you see the liquidity, there is the entry. If you don't see this liquidity, there is no entry. I don't care how beautiful it is, I don't care, but I need the liquidity first. Okay, so I can understand clearly when you explain it, but now I think I'm far from being able to do this kind of an. Oh man, it is very new. I mean, you were very new, right? Near about 1 week maybe. So it will take little time. Just stay with me. You will learn everything. Trust me, brother. Isn't it because I don't see a double bottom that's missing from the Twitter comment? Yeah, Jargius. Yeah, that is the that was missing from the Twitter, because this is the first rule. I mean, this is the most important thing of any kind of entry. I mean the liquidity. Okay, Jargeras. I'm sorry. The first, I mean the most important thing is the liquidity, and you missed that. That's why I told you it's incomplete. I mean, it is not the exact answer. If you don't see this, you have nothing, no entry pattern, no framework, nothing. You have nothing. When you have this liquidity, you have everything. Otherwise, you have nothing. Okay. Now look at the price over here, and we are just at the last macro. I would like to see how it works. Okay, I would like to see it. Okay, so far it has taken the buy side liquidity, and no sell side has taken. I would like to see how it works. Okay, I know I'm just wasting your time, but I would like to see how this macro works. It has taken the buy side liquidity so far, and if I get any kind of market structure shift to the lower part, I will go for sell. Or if it come here and take the liquidity from all of these lows, then give me any kind of market structure shift to the upper level, then I will go for uh what can I say, buy. Okay, this is the buy side liquidity, this is the equal highs. And if internet bro, internet, and look at the price right now. If you see any kind of swing high above the price and swing low above below the price, you have to just mark both of them. This is the first rule for macro. Okay, if it is not clear in 15 minutes, go to the 5 minute chart, try to mark swing highs, swing lows, anything over there, and then go to the 1 minute chart, wait for the liquidity taken. So far we have buy side has taken. In my opinion, it will actually clear the sell side first. I mean, it will go below this lows and it will take the sell side, then it will give me the upper level market structure shift or something. I am expecting like that way, okay? So if you see the market structure shift with a very nice fair value gap, you will take your entry for 20 handle. I mean for Nasdaq 20 handle, and for mini S&P it should be, I mean, 5 handle only. So when it came to the macro, it has taken the buy side liquidity so far, and in mini S&P I have very nice sell side over here. I mean, this year relatively equal lows. I have sell side over here, and also very nice fair value gap. If I get any kind of market structure shift to the lower part, I will go for short, because I have only taken, I mean market has taken the buy side only. And if I don't see any, I mean any entry setup, I will just skip, because every day is not for trading. We have already so many trading, I mean trading opportunity today, from the morning session. I think one, two, three. We had three opportunity to take entry today, and okay, it's going higher, 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 higher. So guys, now is the question and answer problem. I mean answer part. Uh, do you guys get the point? I mean, what I wanted to know, did you get it or not? Okay, is in the note already. Okay, Domino. Thank you, brother, for taking notes. Because if you don't take notes, you will forget it. I mean, human brain is kind of very complicated. Okay, we don't remember everything. We can't remember everything. So whenever you will have a plan, or you will learn something, try to write it down. If you write it down, you will never lose that. Otherwise, you will forget. So many plans, so many information, you will forget everything. Now, this is the question answer problem. I mean, question and answer part. Do you guys get the point over here? I mean, this whole thing, do you get it? Do you get the clear answer? What I was actually wanted to know from you. Is it clear or not? Okay. If it is clear, go to my Twitter and give me the answer over there. I would like to see your answer. This kind of practice. If you don't think, I mean, if you think this is not for, I mean, important, you are wrong. Whenever I ask you a question, I don't care about you are giving me the wrong answer or right answer. I need your response. That's all I need. Because if you respond, I will know what is your level. I mean, how long it will take to get this thing. Because sooner I'm gonna quit this live streaming. Man, I have my own life, right? I can't just spend, I mean, month and year with you guys. It is, I don't think it's rude or something, but it's true, right? I can't stay like that way. Trading is my only way to income. So I will just quit this live streaming sooner. I want you to get everything, and only the break, I mean the fair value gap, it will take little more time. I know, because I'm just giving you the very primary information about the fair value gap. When you will get this, I will go little bit deeper, okay? I mean step by step. So I think it will take 1 or 2 more week to get this fair value gap concept. But in the meantime, if you don't take the notes, if you don't do the chart work, it will be difficult for you and for me as well to explain everything, okay? But if we see any MSS after the rejection from the CE in this kind of scenario in future, will it also be a valid entry like 22 model? We see any MSS. Uh, Brother, if you are talking about the fair value gap entry, okay, this is the fair value gap entry. That means after rejecting from the consequent encroachment, if price went lower and then come back to the, I mean, to the upper level of this area. Just a second, okay? This area you can take your entry. I mean, it will work every time. It should work like that way. Just a second. Okay, okay, okay. Yeah. It should work, okay, brother. I am just telling you, you don't need some kind of market structure shift or something because it should work in that way. I mean, market structure shift you will need for 22 YT model, but for fair value gap entry, you don't need that. Akhtaruজ্জামান brother. For market structure shift, it is important for fair value gap entry. I mean the 22 YT model entry, or maybe for what can I say? Some other entry, but not for fair value gap entry. Okay. Today's market is kind of shit market. I mean, it is just going here and there, and it is not reacting like our expectation. This is very hard. This to trade this type of market is very hard. Ah man, look at. Oh, seriously. If anybody press any kind of real money account, I mean real money, then you are going to take a loss. Okay, don't push your button. Okay, I'm just trying to see how it works over here. Not a confirmation, but this is the thing. I would like to see how it works today. Today's market is very difficult to trade, and don't even try to do this. Okay, with your real money. If you just involve your real money over here, you will be the loser. It is guaranteed. I would like to see how it works over here. Just give me some time. I want to see. Yeah. We have still the chance. I would like to say, okay, just let me s- see how it works over here. If it just take the buy side liquidity, then it went lower. That would be the best scenario for me. Just take the buy side liquidity. Man, it's very hard. It's very hard. What do you think? Where it will go? What do you think? Let me know. It will go higher or it will go lower. Where it will go, brother? Let me know. I'll explain. I mean, little bit later why I did this. Just let it go first. Let it take the buy side liquidity first. Uh, I mean, lower to close on 15250 and height higher, taking the buy side. Okay, okay, so many buy. Dude, there was no equal lows below. Also, it respecting the C of the 15-minute fair value gap. Okay, higher taking the buy side height lower to close on 15000. Okay, and in the meantime, I forgot to take my partial. I has to take my partial over there and put my stop loss over there just to the break even. Okay, and I would like to see how much I took the loss. I took a loss, right? So the loss was near about 4700. I forgot it. Okay, so actually I didn't see anything else except the macro. First it went higher and I marked this as my market structure shift because I did the same thing before one day. If you have remembered, I forced it to make it as a market structure shift. That means I just stressed my chart and I marked it as my market structure shift. Though I told you that I don't do this thing, but I really do this type of things. Sometimes I force the market to give me the market structure shift. Actually, it has taken the sell side liquidity from this low. It has taken it and then gave me the market structure shift over there. I mean, if you just mark it as your market structure shift over there, or if you marked it from here, it's up to you. That is your market structure shift, and this is your fair value gap. Actually, this is your fair value gap. So when market came here, I took my buy, and it should be at the 20. I mean, something like here. I closed it over here. It's because I have already got a loss. I didn't want to hold my price, but it will go higher. I think it will go to this level. I'll just show you. You see this? I mean, not this one. Where is the market? Okay, there is the market. I think it will go over there, but if it won't go over there, it's okay. This is the highest high, and it has taken all the buy side over there. I will go for that. Okay, it has cleared all the buy side liquidity from there. I'll see how it works. That's why sometimes I just used to take the liquidity in the most obvious place. Okay, I'll see how it works over here. Okay, that entry was depending on macro, but I closed my in. I mean the trade just to the top of this fair value gap, and I took a partial over there. You already know why. Please, nobody. I mean, I will expect that nobody will put any kind of. I mean, you won't press your button for the live money, okay? Because this is all. I am just showing how it reacts over here. How can it react? Okay, so please don't push your button. If you do that, that will be some kind of disrespect, something like that. I'm just doing something very hard to, I mean, to give you something. But if you just do some kind of that things, it will be very painful for me. Please don't do that, okay? So far, that is the price section over here, and I would like to see how this breaker works. If this breaker can hold the price, it will go lower, and you see all of this liquidity. This is very clean liquidity. I mean, all of this liquidity are very clean. Let's say liquidity. I would like to see how it reacts from this breaker. If this breaker can hold the price, it will go and it will clean the sell side liquidity. And if this breaker fail, I will take my loss. And I will happy to take my loss. I don't care that I took my entry over here in front of you guys, so I have to be, I mean, the winner. I don't I you see all you have already know that I don't hide anything. I mean, if I take a loss, I show it to you that I have taken a loss. I am not kind of robot or something. Okay, I also take loss, and you have already seen that I took a loss at first time, and now I have re-entered to the market, and I will see how it works. If this breaker can hold the price, it will go lower. Otherwise, I'll take another loss. It's okay. It's perfectly okay for me. Okay. Yeah, this is just paper. Okay, you can do the paper trade. That's perfectly good because if you if you are doing the I mean paper trade, it's okay, brother. It's okay, but don't take entry when, I mean, I will teach you something. You can take the entry when I have put this entry over here. You can take it. I mean, the paper trade only, okay, no real money. And this is how you can also see the price how it reacts over there, okay. This is the breaker. It should have worked. Otherwise I will take another loss. It's okay, it's perfectly okay for me. So there is another level. I will just mark this one as well. This is the highest high. It shouldn't go above this high. If it go above this high, I will take another loss, no problem. Sometimes you will take the loss, and it is very hard to, I mean, to bear the loss. I mean, the, what can I say, the problem, I mean, when you will take loss you will think, okay, maybe I have done everything, but it's not true, okay. You will take loss, you will learn. Every time you will take loss, you will learn. Every entry, when I put my entry, I think this is my losing trade. That is how I do trade. Every entry is my losing entry. I don't think this will be the profitable, that will be the losing entry, and not like that way. I think this is my losing entry or something like that, okay. And guys, give me just 2 minutes. I need to go to or drink some water. I'm just coming back, okay. If you are, I'm really sorry, I have to drink some water. I'm just very thirsty, okay? Thanks for understanding. So far I'm still alive, you can see, but this is not good, okay. It went above this breaker. This is not good, because breaker should have been perfect. I mean, nobody should have been closed above the breaker. It is not good. I want some kind of big run now. Otherwise, it has made the equal high, so it can go above this equal high like this, okay. Now it should go faster to the lower side. Otherwise, it's gonna be a losing trade as well. Now, I want some kind of big run, lower run. Otherwise, it's gonna be a losing trade. Let's see. It's tick by tick, okay. I put my stop loss over here, just above this area, okay. So this is also the losing trade, okay. So I think it will go to this fair value gap first, but we will see how it works. Otherwise, it will go lower, whatever it will do. It is actually respecting this fair value gap, and I want to see how it trade over here area. Whenever you will mark some kind of breaker, you have to be understand that nobody can close above the breaker. This is the first rule. Otherwise, it is very difficult to. I mean, if you just put your stop loss little bit higher, that is kind of. I mean, making your losing trade bigger. Okay, you will take more loss. You can't do that. You have to put your stop loss just above this fair value gap. That is the rules. If you are stopped out, don't worry. You will get another chance to take your entry. And this time I took five contracts. I always put 10 contracts, but I put 5 contracts because I had a loss before and I didn't mitigate my loss yet. You see? So this time I got only 700 loss. First time I got 4,700. That's why I put only 500, 5 lot. This is kind of revenge trade. I was taking the revenge trade. I will take my next entry. I will try to take my next entry today. But in that time, I will wait for the perfect entry. If I see the perfect entry, I will go for the full lot and I will pyramid it. Just stay with me. I would like to see how it works over here. Hence, you are actually doing the perfect perfect job. Okay, if you don't take any kind of entry, that is the perfect thing, brother. Just trust me. That is the perfect thing because by entering in the market you can't learn. It is very difficult to learn because when you are inside the market you will think about that you're losing, I mean your profit or you're losing amount. So that is kind of distraction. If you don't take any entry, that is perfect. I really appreciate that, brother. And next time I will take 10 contract, I mean the full contract. But first I have to be sure that market would like to go higher. If I have seen that market would like to go higher, I will take my entry. Otherwise, I will just wait for the perfect entry because it's near about 325. We are in the last hour, and I will go to the 50-minute first. I would like to see what it has done over here. So it has traded this area and the water block from here. Water block has done over here. I'd like to see the dollar index. Dollar has come to this area. I mean, it went through this gap. I don't need this one anymore. It is not no, no, I mean it has no use. So this daily fair value gap low, I mean it maybe it's going trying to go to the consequent encroachment of the daily fair value gap. That means it has a lower run. I have to look for a buy. I will see how it works over here. It's respecting this area, but I want to see a kind of big run. If I get a big run now, I will pyramid my entry, okay? Otherwise, it's gonna be difficult. Some days are very difficult to trade. I mean, in the morning session and the PM session, first we had a very nice run, and now we are in the consolidate mode and we are chopped up. But it should work. Should work. I need some kind of big run now. I mean, with a fair value gap. I want to see that. That will act as a breakaway gap now. If it would like to go higher, then big run, brother, big run. I need big run, not this type of Mickey Mouse move. Okay, we are inside the macro already. So I have got the macro. It's 329, and after 1 minute, I think after 30 seconds, I will get the big run. I have to wait 30 more seconds to get my big run. Then I will. I hope I will get my big run. Okay, let's see. So you see the run. This is the run actually, and I will go to this area. I'll put my stop loss over here. If I am stopped out, I will take only $600 loss. I mean, it's nothing, okay? And this should react as a breakaway gap. I mean, I want to see this unfilled. This this should react as a breakaway gap now. If price can go above, I mean, if it kept I mean, this gap as a breakaway gap, it will go. It will trade this fair value gap. And if it trade this, I mean, okay, so there is no gap. There's no gap. And, oh man, I took another loss. Okay, so many loss. This is the difficult way, right? It should have go below this order block level. I mean, it is retested the order block. It's okay, but it shouldn't go below this order block level. But it went lower a little bit and trade the breaker high again. The difficult thing. It should go higher because this consequent encroachment has. I mean, it has rejected the price. It went higher. It trade the upper level of this area. Now it should go higher, but if it would like to go lower, because we have very nice sell side over here, but it should go higher. That is my expectation actually. It should go higher from here. I mean, it should go higher, although it is inside the macro. So it is, that's why it's little difficult trade. And I think I have got my model. Buy side has taken. Now I don't have the market structure sheet yet. I need a market structure. Yeah, brother. Actually, when you will force the market to take the entry every time, you will have to face this type of situation. The first thing is first, when you will take a winning entry in one day, you have to close your chart. Otherwise, most of the time you will see you will be chopped up. That is the thing. I'm forcing the market to give me the entry, and it has to give me the entry. It has to. It tried to went higher, but it failed. Instead of that, now I am marking this as my sell side taken. This breaker, I will use this breaker again. I'm forcing the market, but I will expect something from the market. You see, all of this is choppiness. Market is going higher, it is going lower. It is taking the buy side liquidity. Okay, here, just here. When it started to break this breaker, I have to take my entry over there. I will put my stop loss just above the breaker, and I will go for the most sell side liquidity. I mean, it shouldn't go above the consequent encroachment of this breaker now. It shouldn't go above the consequent encroachment of the breaker. That is the rule, okay? If it goes above the consequent encroachment, it's gonna be very bad. Okay, I'll just remove this one, and I will mark the consequent encroachment of this breaker. Price can't go above the consequent encroachment of this breaker. It can't go above it. This is the rules of the breaker. I mean, first breaker didn't work. It went above the breaker. It went go back again below the breaker. Now this breaker consequent encroachment has to be kind of thing. Price can't go above this break. I mean, consequent encroachment. If it goes above this consequent encroachment, that means price has no direction right now. You have to close your chart. No other way. So it is what it is. Let's see the last entry, how it works. I want to see a very good run and take this sell side liquidity. I really would like to see that. And if price go above this breaker consequent encroachment, I will close my entry again. I mean, I'll just put my stop loss over there, over here, okay, above the consequent encroachment. I mean the mean threshold of the breaker block, because it can't go above the breaker block. If it goes above the breaker block, there is no way to take entry now. Breaker block is kind of thing where it works 95% of the time. 95% of the time. Trust me, brother. So this is the rules. I will put my I've already put I mean placed my stop loss just above the consequent encroachment. I mean the mean threshold of the breaker block, because it can't go above the breaker block now. Price has to go through this fair value gap. If it would like to go high, I mean lower, it has to go through this fair value gap. In forex, I can't do this type of things. I mean, I can't put my stop loss just over there, because sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't work. In forex, I saw that, and most of the time you will be manipulated. But in futures, you will get some kind of precision. I mean, the perfect market. It won't go the mean threshold of the breaker. This is the rules. It will follow the rules. I mean, if it follow the rules, it would like to go lower. Don't go above the breaker, mean threshold of the breaker. So future market actually follow this type of rules, but forex market doesn't follow it. That's why it's very difficult to trade forex for me. Actually, I'm not telling that it's not profitable. Most of the people, they actually trade the forex market, but me personally, I am very weak forex. I want to see that a very good run to this fair value gap, not like this. It is actually respecting this fair value gap. I don't want to see that. I want to see it will just go through this fair value gap, a very big run. That will be more confident for me that it will go lower, and later this will use as a high fair value gap. But it is what it is. Okay. Sometimes you will close your day with so many losses. Sometimes you will get so many winning trade. This is the way. of trading. Nobody can actually be guaranteed that they will be the winner all the time. Very difficult. I don't want to see that market will go above the mean threshold of the breaker. If it goes above it, then we have nothing over here right now, because this is, first of all, this is Monday, and secondly, this is actually consolidating over here. Okay, so now it's closed. No more trade for today. It has no direction right now. It will just stop up over here. That is the thing. I'll mitigate this tomorrow. Don't worry. I have seen how many loss I have. 95,475. I'll mitigate it tomorrow. I'll continue from here. Now I would like to see how it works over here. It should be respected from here, and it has to clean the sell side liquidity. This is the rules, but as it went above the breaker block mean threshold, now it's little bit confusing for me where it will go. But so far we can see breaker is actually holding the price, and here we have this fair value gap that is also holding the price. We'll see how it works. If I just push it little down, you will see the real price action. See what is the price action over here? It is just chopping up, chopped up over here. And look at over here, I mean the price action over here. It was little like this type of thing you have to avoid. And you have to take this type of things. These things you have to take. You have to take this type of things. And you have to avoid this. All of this price action you have to avoid that. See over here, it is just chopped up over here. You have to avoid this. Look, prices just came here. It has taken the sell side liquidity, tried to take the sell side liquidity, went higher, take the buy side liquidity. It's just sloppiness over here. And whenever you will see this type of market structure, you will just avoid it. Otherwise, it will be very difficult to trade. And it will take two times. Okay, the rules is if you take a loss, you will try to mitigate your loss for the second time. If you can't mitigate your loss for the second time, you will just close your chart. That's the rules. I love precision. That's why I put my stop loss just above the breaker block mean threshold, because I didn't want to take more loss. It should act with the rules. If it act with the rules, I will get more profit. If it doesn't work like that way, I will take a small loss. Look at my loss. I mean 650, 850, 700. It's kind of very small loss comparing to this. That is the way you will mitigate your loss. You will think how market will work. If it is not like that way, you will just avoid that day, avoid that trading session. I think there is nothing to look for now. I mean, in the market, we can just close the trading, and I hope the concept over here it is clear for you. And later I will see how it works. It is actually respecting the consequent encroachment and the sloppiness. So guys, how was the day? Let me know. So many losing trade. What do you think? I want your I mean opinion first. What do you think? I want to talk to you some. I mean, sometimes you should talk to me. I mean, always I will tell how price will work. It's kind of boring, right? Julian, lower to close on 15250 level. 15250 to level 15 here. I hope it will go lower because this is the 2022 YT model, though I don't have the market structure shift yet. But if you get market structure shift, then with a very nice fair value gap, you will go for that. I will go and check the immunity a little bit. Okay, so in EMIN S&P we had a better price action actually. So it has a better, I mean, better price action. Only the only thing is missing, I mean, is the fair value gap, and there is your sell side liquidity. It is better over here. I mean, better than Nasdaq today. But it what is instant thank you. Today I avoided taking trades. Okay, man. Thank you very much. You avoided trading. I mean, uh, in Monday, in Monday, most of the time you have to think about the this type of price action. I mean, look at the price over here. From where? Really? From here. Okay. It went higher. It went lower. It went higher. It retraces over there. It went higher. It is consolidating over here. That is the price action for. I mean, in Monday. Okay. Now look at the price action from Friday. It went lower. It has taken the sell side, I mean buy side liquidity. This is Friday price action. Okay, this is the run. It went one more time. It went lower. This is the run from Friday, and at last it went higher to the range, inside the range. Look at the price action from Thursday. What it has done? It went higher. Take the buy side liquidity. Boom. Look at the price action from Wednesday. It went lower. Take the buy side liquidity. Boom. Then this is the 4:30. Okay, I mean, after this is all the Asian session and the midnight session, so don't think this is kind of a sloppiness, something like that. Okay, look at the price action from Tuesday, and I mean, this is 4:30, so this is the Tuesday price action. Went lower, went higher, taken the buy side liquidity. Now look at the price action from Monday. This is also Monday. Look, see, in this area you will be chopped up. It has the chopped up area in the morning session. PM session, I we got the very nice run. After, I mean, not PM session exactly. After, I mean, from the noon to 2, I mean 12 to 2. This was the run. And PM session we had consolidate. Morning session we had consolidate. See the price action over here. This is the morning session. Okay, we are consolidate over here. And at the noon, I mean from the noon to until 2. This is the 2 candle. Look at the time over here. Look at the time. That was the run, and then again it went to consolidate. If you look at other price action, I mean, the USD is also some kind of manipulation thing, but you will get some kind of run either in the morning session or at the PM session. Every day you will get one thing, but in Monday you will see some kind of manipulation, I mean accumulation phase, both AM session and PM session. But in the meantime, sometimes you will get this type of run. Sometimes, okay, not every time you will get this type of run. Sometimes. That's why you have to be careful in Monday and look at the price over here from the PM session. I mean, the PMs from the silver bullet from two. Okay, from this is the two candle. Look at the price. It went higher, take the buy side liquidity. It went lower, took the sell side liquidity. It went higher, took the buy side liquidity. It has just come down. failed to take the sell side liquidity, went higher, take the buy side liquidity, came lower, take the sell side liquidity, went higher, take the buy side liquidity, went lower, take the sell side liquidity. This is the accumulation phase. You have to be careful for this phase, and you will expect this thing in Monday. If you would like to take entry, whenever you will take a very nice and clean entry, you will take it, you will just close your chart in Monday. If you take a loss, you will try one more time to mitigate your loss. If you are failed, then you will avoid the trade. This is a 15-minute chart, I mean 1-minute chart, and look at the price action over here. Do you think this is clean price action? I don't think so. This is not clean price action. This kind of sloppiness. All of these things are sloppiness. This was the run. When this run happened, after, I mean at the end of the noon, before 2, I mean 150, 30. This was the run for Monday. At morning session, we got this run today, luckily, but it's very difficult to, I mean, to frame. Okay, you can't frame this trade with, I mean, from the 15-minute chart or hourly chart or daily chart. You can't frame this. No way. It didn't take the sell side liquidity. How do you know that it will go higher? Until it has taken the sell side liquidity, every run, you don't know where it will stop. This is the factor. If it this candle could take the sell side liquidity from here, this this sell side liquidity, then this run we can expect that we would like to take this run. Though there was opportunity at 9:30, but that is also very risky. So it is what it is. Actually, price came to the, I mean, went to the breaker again, but it shouldn't go above the breaker constant, I mean, mean threshold. It should respect from the mean threshold, then it should go lower and take the sell side liquidity. That should happen. That should be happened. Okay, but it is what it is. So thank you guys, and please talk to me a little bit. I was just talking. So just talk to me for some time. I mean, what do you think about everything? I just need your feedback so that I can be understand that you guys are also learning these things, these shitty things. Very, I know. I mean, what can I say? I don't know. Just let me know. Just write something that, do you get the price action? Do you get everything? Just tell me that. I will show you the profitable target. Don't worry. Don't think that I am just showing you the losing trade. I'll show it. I'll show the profitable trade tomorrow. Don't worry about that. But just tell me about everything. Overall, how do you think how it works, and how do you think you are improving or not? Just let me know, okay? I love precision like Michael. Michael also love precision. I also love precise price action. That is actually, I mean, kind of rudeness, you can say like that way. It is rude, I know, but I also love precision like Michael. I didn't want to see price will go above the consider, I mean, mean threshold of the breaker block. I didn't want to see that. But if you just put above your stop loss above the breaker, then maybe you could take this type of run, sloppy run. I don't care about that. What I want to see is it has to react from some specific level which is more obvious. Okay, I miss clean entries. Too difficult for me today. Yeah, brother, I told you that Monday is kind of accumulation. I am just warning you from the morning session. Okay, Monday you will not get some kind of clean price action. It is very difficult to, I mean, to frame a trade. It is very difficult. Rarely you will get some kind. What do you think? If I trade today in my live account, which entry would I take? I would take only this entry at 9:30 opening. No other trade. Just this entry. I won't take any other entry. I would take. I mean, when price would come here, I would take my entry over there. My stop loss would be like just below this fair value gap. You see this fair value gap, I would put my stop loss below this fair value gap, and my target would be somewhere here, like maybe somewhere here, okay, near about 17 handle or something like that. That would be my only trade for today. I won't take this entry. I will never take this entry. And over here I didn't do anything, nothing at all, because it is showing that sloppiness. I was trying, because all of you are here, I would like to try how price act over here. So first, when it tried to go higher, I thought it will go over there. It has taken the buy side liquidity. I didn't get any market structure shift. Before the market structure shift, I took my breaker block entry, depending on the breaker block only. And now all of you know what happened over here. Okay? So this is clean. This is also the fair value gap entry. I wouldn't take this one. I only see this entry which is more precise. Only this entry has followed, matched all the rules. No other entry. If you have remembered, there was our buy side liquidity just above these candles. If you remember, like here, let me just mark it. So that was our buy side liquidity. It didn't take. Why it is showing that it has taken the buy side liquidity? Okay, over here. Now, so we had the buy side liquidity over here. Before 9:30, we have seen that market failed to take the buy side liquidity. Instead of that, it has made this very nice. It has taken the sell side liquidity from here. It has given me the very nice market structure shift over there, and also the fair value gap. Whenever price came here, I would take my entry. My stop loss would be here below this fair value gap. I would keep some more space so that price can go little lower, and my target would be here to the buy side liquidity, maybe one tick above the buy side liquidity, because that is more obvious. So I would take my end target profit over there. That is the only target, only trade I have seen so far which is perfect. Except this entry, everything is just for reading the price, not for entry pattern. But most of the guys, look over here what it has done. It came here, failed to take the sell side liquidity, it went higher again. What will you see this kind of shitty price action? And in Monday we actually see this kind of price action. Is it better to skip Monday? No, brother, it's not like that way. If you see some kind of perfect price action, uh, first thing first, you have to mark some kind of liquidity. Then if you wait for everything aligned in a line, you can take your entry. From here I saw this, the buy side liquidity has taken and then it went lower. It has shifted the market structure. If you have seen a very nice fair value gap over there, you take your entry over there. You could take your entry over there. That would be the perfect entry. I took this on with depending on only breaker, and the breaker actually worked. Let me tell you something. Okay, breaker is something which is kind of barricade. Price can't go above the breaker. Sometimes it go, but 95% of the time breaker will hold the price. But how this breaker will work? First rules, it has to take very clean and very neat buy side liquidity. We got it here. Okay, it has taken all of this buy side liquidity by this candle. We got this over here. Second thing is, when price will come here, price will go through the breaker, it has to go like that way. Like this candle, did you see this candle? We want this type of run that will go through this breaker. We got this as well. Third thing is, when the next candle will appear, it has to make some kind of fair value gap inside the breaker. In this case, we actually get a little bit confused, because we got a fair value gap over here, but it is above the breaker. Most of the time you will see the fair value gap will be placed inside the breaker. If you see the fair value gap placed inside the breaker, that breaker is kind of, you know gold. Okay, that breaker actually works 95% of the time. You will see that no wick will go above the breaker. No wick. Not I am not talking about body. I'm not talking about wick. Wick will also, it won't go above the breaker. If you see, the fair value gap resides inside the breaker. I mean, near about mean threshold somewhere over there. Okay. After that, when price will leave the breaker one more time, you will and retrace the breaker, you will take your entry. You will put your stop loss just above the breaker. That entry is the perfect entry for the breaker. I will show you how to take the breaker entry. Look, this things, it has traded the constant, I mean the mean threshold of the breaker, but wick went above the breaker. If it was the perfect breaker, no wick would go above the breaker on mean threshold. It can't go above the mean threshold. But now it is actually showing me that bodies are respecting the mean threshold of the breaker, but I don't want to see any wick will go above the breaker. I don't want to see that. It is the precision, and then it has cleared the sell side liquidity because this is the most clear sell side liquidity. But I want to see this run, and the consequent, I mean the mean threshold will react perfectly. In my main account, I take some losing trade because of the precision. I mean, if I put just my stop loss above here, that would be my winning trade. But I don't do that. I just put it just above the mean threshold of the breaker, and sometimes I got stopped out, and then market go take the sell side liquidity. I know it's very hard, but I am trying to learn the precision. I mean the most precise price action. I'm trying to learn that. Still, I'm doing that. Okay, brother. Don't think I'm the pro or something. I'm also learning like you guys, and that's why I don't tell you to put your stop loss somewhere here. I told you to put your stop loss some safe place where you won't be stopped out. I mean, if I told you to take this entry, I would tell you that please, brother, just put your stop loss above this candle. I mean, let me just show you. I mean, when prices prices leaving the breaker, the rule is you will take your entry when it will to the lower part of the breaker. I mean, first time when breaker failed to hold the price, and next time when price is going through the breaker, you will take your entry when it will be at the last end of the breaker. You will take your entry over there. And if I told you to put your stop loss, I would tell you to put your stop loss above this candle, because you are taking entry over here, your stop loss will be above there because there is no swing high. If I have seen there is a swing high, I would tell you that please put your stop loss above that swing high. Now where is your end? I mean target? Here is your target. That is your target. But if I were taking this entry to my funded account, what I would do? I would put my stop loss at the mean threshold, like here. Here I would put my stop loss over there because the rule is price can't go above the consequent, I mean mean threshold again. I mean little bit above the mean threshold. I mean little bit, okay. I mean maybe one tick. Price can't go above the mean threshold. This is the rule for the breaker. If it would be the perfect breaker, but it is what it is, and sometimes I get stopped out. I'm not hiding anything from you guys. Trust me. Whenever I take a loss, I also upload with the loss. If you have noticed that, I don't hide anything. If I take a losing trade as well, I mean in paper trading as well, I showed it to you because I'm not a robot. I'm not a kind of, you know what can I say? I take losing trade. Everyone take losing trade. Michael also take losing trade. But if you are conservative, you will put your stop loss above there. I mean above this swing candle high, and that should be your target. And if you put like that way, that will be your winning trade. I mean it's never 20 handle or something like that. But it is what it is. I think you guys got some clear idea about price action today. And please write something. I need to know that do you get anything or not. I'm just talking and talking and talking. And you guys, if you don't give me any reply, how do I know that you are getting something or not? Please, please just write something. The request. Why don't you guys don't want to write something? Write something, brother. I want to see about your, I mean, what is your opinion about today? I'm just doing this live streaming again and again and again and wasting my time, and you guys don't even reply me. Okay, Martin, thank you, brother. You replied at least. Thank you, brother. I got one guy who replied my after my request. Thank you, Martin. Everyone is new here. I mean, except Martin. Everyone is new. If you are not new, then you should write something. I want your reply, guys. Isn't it clear? I mean, just write something. I mean, you get it or not, okay? I literally came 5 minutes ago. Oh, Emily, sorry, brother. I mean, Hussein Aptidon, do you watch Michael Market review? Yeah, I have seen that. Then I saw it. I mean, yesterday he was live. I have watched his whole life, and I have learned a lot from you. Thank you, Julian. Julian Roses. After Zaman, I would wait for better confirmation on Monday. Yeah, that's the thing, brother. We have to wait for the better confirmation in Monday. Like this breaker entry, this is not perfect entry. Okay, guys, I'm telling you again and again and again. This is not better entry. I have only seen this entry which is better. Only this entry which is perfect. Except this entry, there was no perfect entry. In in my opinion, okay. I mean, you guys, if you think there is other entries, you can think like that way. But in my opinion, we have only this perfect entry at 9:30 opening. No other entry. I'm not new and I like your stream. I am learning a lot from you. Thank you, Frank. I have seen your name for the first time. I mean, I think, guys, I only do the silver bullet though. Okay, silver bullet is okay because silver bullet is kind of heart of the session. Okay, so you will get some kind of big move inside the silver bullet. Well, the thing is, when you guys will learn, I mean, you will start to earn lot of money. I will go each of you and I will owe some kind of coffee from you. That's why I need to know your name. The entry that I took was the 10 a.m. BC right there. 10 a.m. BC right there. Okay. Okay, so you are talking about this. You took the entry over there. Yeah, that was good. That was good, brother. That's why I'm asking that I need to know your name so that I can go to you and I can ask a cup of coffee from you. I realized breaker worked this time like our breakaway gap. First traded the breaker bodies don't went above and then traded a lower part finally below. No, brother, Hans. Thing is, breaker is not like that way. Okay, it is not the perfect example of the breaker. I had to take a entry. That's why I marked this as a breaker. This is not a perfect breaker. Trust me, brother. And if you think breaker work like that way, it's not true. I mean, it didn't even respect one time this breaker. Mm, it is not the breaker. Breaker is something more perfect, brother. I mean, I how can I explain it? I mean, it is perfect. Perfect means perfect. If I tell you that market will go to the consequent encroachment, it will go to the consequent encroachment. even no wick will go above the consequent encroachment, I mean the mean threshold of the breaker. That is breaker. And breaker entry is kind of 95%, you will be sure that breaker entry will work. Okay, so breaker is something different. I mean, this is not example, I mean perfect example for the breaker. I just put it over there because I didn't see any fair value gap or no way to take entry. That's why I just mark that as a breaker. Look at over here. This is not breaker. It can't go above the, I mean, mean threshold of the breaker. It can't go. Look over here. It has traded the consequent, I mean, the mean threshold. Then it went lower. It went higher again. That shouldn't be happen. I mean, when you will trade the breaker entry, okay? That shouldn't be happen. But it happened over here because this is not the perfect example of the breaker. There is no fair value gap, which should be aligned with the breaker. I mean, the mean threshold, something like that way. So don't think that breaker work like that way. I will teach you the breaker, don't worry. But here actually we don't have the perfect breaker. This is breaker but not perfect. I love perfection. When I saw the perfect entity, and now guys, I am actually giving you every situation market can make, so that you guys can compare which is the better situation, which is the worst situation. If you know the better situation when you will take your entry, you can easily avoid this type of price action. Okay, why the 930 entry couldn't have been a Judas swing? uh, Actually at 930 we were, I think you weren't with us. I mean, when I have started the morning session, we I told you that this is the buy side. Okay, this is the very clean buy side. I told you if before 930 it is intact, I mean price can't go above the buy side liquidity, then I will look for some kind of setup over here. If I have seen some kind of setup over here, I will take my entry over there, go over there. Okay, at 930 first run is most of the time is the Judas swing. Most of the time, not every time, most of the time it is the Judas swing. If you see this swing, it went higher, then it went lower. But today we see market went higher some level. As so far, you know, if you were with me in yesterday, I mean, yeah, yesterday we have done our weekly analysis. I told you that market will go lower. I'll just show you over here. It can trade the daily fair value gap. That means if dollar would like to go lower, every market will go higher. If you remember guys, I don't know you remember or not, if market, I mean dollar can trade this daily fair value gap. I did this thing as well, if you remember or not. And the consequent encroachment is the last level where price could go, I mean today. Okay, when price will go to this fair value gap, all other market will go higher. All other market, I mean Nasdaq, everything. Let me clean all of these things, very distracting. So I will remove this one as well. Every other market will go higher. That I told you every yesterday when I was just analyzing the market, I mean the weekly analysis. So we saw we got this run. What do you think? It will go higher tomorrow. I will expect it will clean the buy side liquidity first, then it will go lower. That is my expectation for tomorrow. This will be the manipulation. Tomorrow we will watch the manipulation. Before starting today's session, what I told, today we will see market will stay inside this candle. Do you guys remember this? I told you that market will stay inside this candle, this very specific candle. It will trade inside this range. Now let's go to the dollar one more time. I told you market will stay inside this candle, but it can go lower, little lower, but it has to go back to the range. I mean, wherever it is, it go, it can go little bit lower because we have a very nice imbalance over there, daily fair value gap, so it can trade over there, but it has to go back inside this range. After, I mean, it's already 413. I mean, we will see some kind of sloppiness right now. So it has actually taken the sell side liquidity today, but it has to go back to the range tomorrow. This is the thing of Monday. Let's go to the mini S&P. Oh man, what is this? Just okay. I told you, if you remember, I told you that it will be inside this range. If it goes above the high, I mean, look, if it can go above the high, it has to come back inside the range again. See the perfection? It went higher a little bit, it came back to the range. Do you get my point? This is the way you will first anticipate your price action in Monday. How Monday will trade. This is kind of, I mean, narrative. According to ICT, this is the narrative. How price will act today. This is the way it will act in Monday. Most of the time, not every time, most of the time in Monday you will see this kind of price action. Range bound price action. In Monday, this should be your expectation, okay? So when you know where market is going, after going above this high, will you go for buy? No, you won't go for buy. You will go for short. If you see some kind of price action that is very good, I mean very good setup, then you will go for short. When it will be outside of this range, you will look for some kind of short. Whenever it went outside of the range, you will look for a short. Okay, this is how you have to frame. I mean, this should be your narrative first. Then you will look for price action. Everything it is going one by one. Okay. Do you trade live? Given Zen, you are really good at ICT concept. Thank you, brother. But I actually, if you go to my channel, you will see I have uploaded the live execution, and after maybe 3 to 4 execution, I told that is my last live trade execution upload, because it's destructive actually. When I trade, I can't concentrate any other things. Okay, I have I had to actually look at the price, and I have to think everything. I can't I can't be distracted. So if I just play, I mean, put the recording or something, it's very difficult for me to concentrate to the trade. So I quit to upload the live trade. I don't take entry, I mean live entry in the live streaming. But I see some kind of paper entry or something like that. I do that type of thing sometimes. But you will get, actually you won't get some kind of entry setup in my channel, brother. I'm so sorry. You will get the market, I mean price action over here. Okay, I do trade everywhere. I mean, wherever I see some kind of price action, nice price action, we, I take my entry. Okay, I don't look for silver bullet. I don't look for last hour or something like that. Okay, but most of the time inside the silver bullet we got the perfect entry. Most of the time, brother. What are the expectations for the week? For the week, my expectation is price will go lower. I mean, this week price will go lower. I will go to the Nasdaq. Here this all. I'm expecting that price will go lower and it will clean the sell side liquidity. That is my expectation. This is the weekly chart, and it has actually, if you just mark this one, this is the consequent encroachment of this week. So I will see how it react over there. My expectation is it will go lower. This is my expectation, okay? And this sell side liquidity is my target. I'm not telling that market will clear this sell side liquidity, but that is my expectation. That is my bias, weekly bias. Are you full-time trader? Hussein, actually, I do trade for my living. Okay, I'm not trading for near about 3 weeks now because I am just doing every day. I'm trying to do everyday live session. I mean the live streaming. That's why I didn't get time to take entry or something. And also I have some problem. I mean the family issues. So I'm really so busy right now. That's why I don't trade right now near about 3 weeks. But actually trading is my only income source. Okay, I live in Portugal, and yeah, that's all. Actually, it's very hard to survive over there. Trading is the only way for living over there. Okay, yeah, you can say I'm the full-time trader. Yeah, full-time trader. Yeah, yeah, I'm like that. Hansino Villalva. Where are you from, bro? Hans, where are you from, brother? Julian Rogers. I joined a signal group of a guy that does the silver bullet, and dude has a 80% strike rate. It's crazy. Yeah, then I mean that's good. I mean there are some crazy people. They are thousand times better than us. Okay, so that is really so beautiful. I mean whenever I meet this type of guys, I saw them. I respect them. To be honest, brother, I respect them because they know everything. I mean in ICT concept, this is kind of very hard concept. And the hardest, do you know what is the hardest thing? The hardest thing is when I try to give you something, I mean, I would like to share you something. Look at the price over here. I just see so many things in one glance, okay? I mean, I just look at the price. I saw so many things in one time, but I can't share everything with you. I don't know how to share it. Like there is some rules, kind of. If any of you are here who knows the I mean the programming language, there is something if this then that, if this then that, if this then that. So this is kind of that. Okay, I saw the weak consequent encroachment. I'm thinking if this week can hold the price, then I will go for low. Also, I have seen this order block. If you look at this candle, order block consequent encroachment, there is this week consequent encroachment. There is a little volume imbalance. I mean a very little volume imbalance. All of these things I'm just watching right now in one time, and I can give everything to you in one time. That's why I have started with the fair value gap. If you can understand the fair value gap, trust me, brother, you will never watch my video. You will start your own trading model, everything. Okay? Like macro. That is the thing. What do you think about prop firm? Given Zen, actually I have two account. One is top step. I mean I had FTMO 10,000 account and my forex fund 20,000 account. But you all of you know forex fund has some regular issue or something, so it's closed now. After my forex fund, I took a top step funded account. It's kind of 50K. So I'm trading over there. I mean sometimes in my opinion self-funded is the best way for trading because there you will have no restriction, and I am also planning to move self-funded. I mean amp. I'm gonna i'm gonna actually refill my amp account sooner. So it's depend. Okay, do you trade the NQ or the CFD? I trade NQ, brother. I mean if you trade in top step, you can take your entry to the NQ, and if you trade from the FTMO, you have to take your entry to US 100. So it's different. Okay, and NQ is the trading market. Would you consider that a breaker on the Nasdaq daily? This is mini Nasdaq, and I will go to the daily. Why it is doing that? I mean So you were talking about the breaker. Where is the breaker? I don't see the breaker. I mean, if you look this on as your breaker, I'm not agree with you. Okay, where is the breaker? I don't see breaker, brother. I mean, in daily chart, Nasdaq, where is the breaker? Okay, in weekly. Uh, if you look at the weekly chart and if you would like to mark the breaker, that should be your breaker. That should be your breaker, and this breaker will be valid when price will go above this. I mean above this breaker, then it will be valid as a breaker. Until then, it's not breaker. Okay? Breaker is, I mean, low, high, lower low. The highest up close candle is the breaker. And in my opinion, market will go lower instead of going higher. It will go lower. There is so many level that should be traded before going higher. So I'm expecting that market will go lower. That's why this breaker is not important. I mean, in my opinion, this is not, what can I say? It's not valuable. Okay. Instead of that, you can mark this one as a, I mean, block, order block, and you can mark the consequent encroachment of the order block. You can mark it, and price can go over there, can go over there, but it won't be used as a breaker. Okay. So I think it's done for today. And given then, are you new, brother, to my channel? Actually, I didn't see you before. And where are you from? Can you tell me where you from? The last bearish candle before forming the high. Last bearish candle before forming the high. No, brother, this is not breaker. I mean, this one, this one. Are you talking about this one? This is not. This is not breaker. I mean, breaker has to be like that way. Okay, low, high, lower, low. This is a very nice swing. Okay, you need some kind of swing to be a breaker. Okay, so Namibia. I heard about this name. I mean, I heard this name before. I'm from Costa Rica. Costa Rica is in Costa Rica. Costa Rica. Where is it, brother? Julian? Where is it? Southern Africa. Africa is very beautiful, brother. Do you see? I mean, have you ever seen lion? I mean, the lion from the forest, not from the zoo. Okay. Have you seen lion? Given Zen. Okay, brother. Thank you. And Costa Rica, is it in America, Julian, or it's in Europe, Central America? Okay. So you're from America. Have you ever gone to Los Angeles? I'm from Germany. Martin, you are from Germany? Oh man, from Germany. I was in, Cologne. What was the name? What was the name? The river name. Oh man, Southern. Uh, oh, forget it. I was in Germany for near about 7 months. Yeah, bro, lion and cheetahs. Oh man, you are so lucky, given. You're so lucky, man. I was planning to go to Africa. Actually, I had a friend, but unfortunately, I didn't go over there. And oh man, I was thinking that I will see some kind of. I mean, it's very exciting, right? Martin, I was in Germany, and yeah, it's in Cologne, southern Cologne. I don't remember the name actually, the city name. I've been over there. I mean, if I have seen the lion, that would be very nice. And Julian, have you ever been in Los Angeles? Let me know that, brother. This is all the place I would like to visit. And be ready when you will, trust me, when you will earn more than 200k dollar. I will go to you and I will ask a cup of coffee from all of you guys. Trust me, I will do that. You should get time, man. Visit Africa. It's beautiful. I know, man. I know. It's very beautiful. I mean, I love the natural beauty rather than the artificial one. I really love that. Danke, danke, Martin. Danke. I know some words from Germany. Danke. I have my uncle actually live in Germany for near about 12 years. I went to her to him actually. No, dude, I wanna move there, Los Angeles. And there is the casino. I mean, the casinos are worldwide. It's famous. So is there any of you actually new today? I mean, this is your first day in my live stream. Any of you? I mean, I think Givenson, this is your first day. I didn't see your name before. And any other people who is new over here? If any of you are new, you can subscribe to my channel. I'm from Bangladesh, brother. I'm from Bangladesh, and it's resides just beside the India. I think you guys know India. Some of you actually don't know Bangladesh. I'm from a very small country, okay? So it's just beside India. Parag P. Okay, so Parag, you are new here. I mean, okay, thank you, brother. Are you from India? No, dude, I've been here before, just not chatting. Oh, okay, Julian. Okay, no problem, brother. But if you just hide like that way, how do I know that you have earned 200k plus dollar? Okay, because I told all of you guys when you will earn 200k, I will go to you. I will tell you to offer me a cup of coffee. Bangladesh, damn, the school very far away. Yeah, I know, it's very far away. So Parag, if as you are new, so I actually don't know you. And today also I'm very tired. I did live stream in the morning, and at the PM session I was thinking that I will come. I mean, I will finish streaming within 15 to 30 minutes, but it is what it is. I made it longer, and I did it always. I really love to talk new people. I really love that. So if you are new, you can subscribe to my channel. If you want actually, and hope if you join later, you please talk. I mean, write something over here so that I can be well known with you guys. I want to remember all of your name, and I will start to write down your name first. I mean soon, and I will write down your name so that I can know who are you and when you are going to earn near about 200k plus. Okay, I'm just repeating this again and again and again. When you will earn 200k plus, I will go to you. I will find you. I will go to you. I will ask you to offer me a cup of coffee. That's the thing, okay? I promise you guys. I will do that. So I think that's enough for today. And obviously, if you are new, you can subscribe to my channel. That will be grateful. I mean, that will be very helped, a great help for me with my broken English. See you guys.